time not too long ago, in an age more innocent than our own, an idea was born in Paris that was to transform and inspire British children's television for decades. And it began in the cafes of Paris and migrated across the channel to become as British as fish and chips. And it started, like all the best stories, with a little bit of magic.
Lovely day, said Florence. Beautiful, said Mr. Rusty.
This is the tale of a children's series that became a cultural phenomenon.
I think it was the first of its kind.
It is about a unique and unlikely entertainment for the hour. And an English eccentric who gave voice to a cast of unforgettable characters.
Hello, hello, said Brian. Hello, said Ermentrude.
He must have been completely crazy.
Set against a backdrop of money and big business.
It was the beginning of the power of television.
To tell that story, we must go back to Paris in the early 60s, to a group of people working for La Comète. La Comète was a busy advertising agency employing an international team of young artists. Several of the staff were British, including Ronald Searle, who animated this advert, and a young artist called Ivor Wood, who did the background.
La Comète was, as far as I was concerned, was a marvellous place because I did believe I was back in art school. They were absolutely crazy lot, but they did some very hard work. We had stints and sometimes periods in which we were doing 24 hours without a stop.
Advertising was a growth industry and companies were willing to pay good money for new and exciting ways to sell their products. This advert for French handkerchiefs used a new innovation called stop frame animation to demonstrate the many uses of a mouchoir. And it was working with this new style of animating that inspired another La Comète employee called Serge Dano to have a brainwave.
Serge Dano came into the company Comet from another big company called Cinéaste Associé, and one day, of course, naturally got talking, and he said, I'd find a way of doing animation a little bit quicker and what have you, which suits television.
Dano's idea was for a children's series about a roundabout operator, some children and a magic garden, which he thought he could sell to French television. His La Comète colleagues thought he was mad. But Ivor, his wife, Josiane, and a few other friends said they would try and help and get it off the ground.
We had meetings, and Josiane, my wife, was brought into this because she helped on a lot of things.
I think everybody was thrashing out ideas. What about that? What about that? Can we do some songs?
And there was round table discussions. And that's where ideas came out. And that's when we started doing a few tests and a bit of background to it and so forth. But it was on a shoestring.
The group worked together at night and on weekends, and gradually Dano's idea took shape. The first story told of how an old roundabout operator called Le Père Pibouin was sad because children could not come to ride on his roundabout anymore. A magical creature comes into his life who says he can use enchantment to bring the children back. This bizarre creation was made on the spur of the moment.
Dano, who'd done a lot of model work for live action, and he'd made some very, very big P's. And he had one of these lying about. And I said, well, let's make ahead with this. And I made the ZBD there and then by putting him in the nose and the moustache and everything else, and It was quite quickly done. I think it was done in a day. I think it was either inspiration on the moment or forget it.
And so Zebedee, the pea on a spring, became the device by which the children got in and out of the garden of earthly delight.
I must have a bizarre mind, that's all I can say.
Dano had already developed the humans that were in the garden, but Ivor thought they needed some animals.
For instance, coming to Dougal, which was, we can't have children without an animal. What on earth are we going to do? Cat, no, we can't put a cat because that doesn't go around with the children. So we'll have a dog. Oh my, we'll have to get a dog. Which dog? What sort of dog? Etc., etc. And this was bandied about. And to tell you the truth, there's even somebody who helped me at the comet who said, "Oh, I saw a dog." And he did a little sketch, and I thought, "Oh my God, not bad at all." And little by little, Dougal was created.
Dougal, or Poulux, as he was known in France, was made without legs, simply because 4 legs would take too long to animate. And this legless, long-haired lover of sugar soon took over the show.
Now, Dougal was created, but he was said, what on earth are we going to do with a dog? A dog doesn't talk. What's he going to do? Oh, he'll walk in and now and again, go woof woof and walk out again. But he'll be there. So what? Well, there, it just goes to show you, because even as far as we were concerned, he took over. Because everybody liked Dougal. And even as far as the gentleman doing the voice of the French version, when we were doing the recording, he suddenly turned around and said, "Well, why can't a dog say something?" I went, "Well, that dog doesn't say." I'll tell you what, look, there's Ivor here. He's English. Let's give him an English accent. As far as the French were concerned, Dougal, from there on, had an English accent.
Et je suis prêt.
The stories were basic, the animation was clunky, but the first episodes of Le Ménage Enchanté were an instant hit.